Yep, just kicked on. It's 10 o'clock, so it's having an easy time maintaining condenser water for the chillers. Running on chiller number 2. .46-degree chilled water. Don't know if that's even reading accurately, being that the building water is showing at 45 degrees. It should be showing slightly cooler. .54 degrees coming back from the building. Checking how accurately this room, this space temperature is tracking. Take the space temp out. That yellow line is what we want it to be, which is 73 degrees. And if I put supply temp back in there, that's tracking like within a couple tenths. Let's see, there's the peak, 73.27. Where's one of the valleys? 72.8. So within a half a degree swing, I have some of these tracking the rooms. That's the air handlers that have the modulating water valves. Oh yeah. Before I reprogram these, this thing used to go up and down, up and down, up and down. About a 4-degree swing. They were pretty whacked out for a while. We needed some valve seals and valve actuators worked on, and then some reprogramming. The loops. Doing good now. Of course, that's for the one building with the chillers. In our other building, we have just water source heat pumps. And these are using the Allerton boards. Oops, they look like this. You set the addresses, and it's just got the digital input outputs. Compressor's not running right now at the set points. Usually we'll view this in text mode. It's a little easier to see everything. Fan's still running. Compressor's not. Supply temps achieved 57, so it's doing good. Nothing's in alarm. Got the slider controls, for them to set their temperatures in their rooms, and then we limit what the range is. So in this room, it's fairly cool. 73 degrees for the warmer range and 70 for the cooler, and then the heating is 4 degrees lower than that. Space temp is at 73. Adjusted lever set point is 73, which means so those thermostats will look like this. Room sensors just has a slider on the bottom. Warmer and cooler, just a potentiometer slider inside. Looks like that. It goes on the wall like that. Got your override button if you program override in there, which we don't use. And there's your variable temperature setting. So the people, if they feel cool, they just slide a little more to the right. If they feel a little too warm, they just slide a little more towards cool. And the range they get is the range you program in there. That's how it works. Not all the rooms are the same. But like where people are working, like in this medical station, then of course set a little cooler than the patient rooms. As you see, the patient rooms are kept a little warm. We got the range 75 for the coolest, 78 for the warmest. They have it slid down in this room. A lot of those rooms will see them slid all the way up. 75 degrees. Space temp's at 75, so it'll be cycling off after a few minutes. Pressure's running 55 degree supply. Doing great. Outside air temperature 101. And I have a third building that's got Allerton controls tied on a bunch of carrier package units with some weird Honeywell thermostats on the wall. They're pretty cool because you can actually go through and look at your discharge temperature and everything from the thermostats. There's a weird control scheme on this one because the thermostats override anything you do here instead of the other way around. It's just the way they have it set up. This building's actually about a quarter-mile away that these are connected to. Sitting in the building with this one. And the other one is across the parking lot from me. And here's how the modulating water valves work. This is a 4-pipe system. This is hot water loop from the boilers, which of course don't need heat when it's 105 degrees outside. Chilled water valves at 100%. These are modulating valves, so it's anywhere in between. Since this is a kitchen and it's set for 70 degrees, 70.1, don't know why it's set for that. And it's 79.2, obviously it's just 100% cooling and it doesn't keep up, which is normal for a kitchen. But a kitchen that's staying under 80 degrees most of the time, that's pretty good. And because the supply temperature is 56 degrees. So it's cranking out the temperature. I'll go find another room that's not at 100%, just to show you. Here's one that's just trying to maintain. Let me go to one of my other rooms here. This one looks pretty good. Yeah. Set for 75 degrees. It is 75.1 in the room. And you'll see what it's doing is the valve is at 66%. And I got this loop program pretty good to where it just adjusts the valve open and close just enough to keep a steady room temperature instead of just blasting out 56 degree air and then turning it off, and then 56 degrees air 10 minutes later turning it off, to average out the the space temp. These modulate the valve for consistent supply. So these, like I said, now it's down 75 dead on. Like I said, the valve is modulating a consistent output of what it takes to maintain room temperature. So it's putting out 68 degrees right now with the current load in the room to maintain set point. So it's sweet. You can look at the trends and see what it's been doing. Let's go looking for just today. Okay. Green is the space temperature. This is the mixed air temperature, which is affected by the outside air since it's bringing in some fresh air. So you'll notice that starting out in the early morning, 4 o'clock, or so, it was just 82 mixed air, which is the 75 degree room temperature plus 80 something degree outside air. Now obviously it's about 106 outside, 105 outside. About 105 outside, so it's by now, it's the mixed air is about 84.5 degrees. So with the heat load in the room and plus the increase in outside temperature driving up the mixed air, you'll see that the output of the supply air has lowered the temperature. See, putting out the 66 degree air right now, like 68, to maintain a steady room temperature. See, that's pretty good. It has a little dip right there. But I mean, that's only a couple tenths of a degree, because there's 75 degrees, and that pointer there is 74.7. That's only 3/10 of a degree that we're fluctuating in that room. That's tight. So I got some of, not all of them I got working that good, but some of them pretty tight. So instead of on-off, which is the way that these were, a lot of them, before I started changing some actuators and recalibrating them and reprogramming the loops, they used to go on-off. Some of them even would overshoot and switch to heating and then overshoot and switch to cooling. It was pretty screwed up. But now it's like just adjust in the supply, steady output, just to oppose the outside air, mixed in with the fresh air, and also to whatever the heat load happens to be in the room, just whatever, going off of what the space is. So it's working pretty good to maintain steady. See, right now the valve is opened up a little more. It's at 64.6%. It's still putting out about 69 degree That's all it takes. If there was a lot of people come in that room, then obviously you'd have to blow colder air than 69 out the vents to maintain, as well as maintain the increase in outdoor temperature.